It's just working so slowly. Okay. I wonder how much of that got picked up just before the recording started. So, hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of the AMA info session. For those of you who are just joining us for the first time, I'm Josh Brandlen. I'm the game developer and business developer, game director and business developer, rather, for DeltaFlare. And with us, we've got Anonymous, aka Carmelo, who is also one of the dev team members. So we've got a few developments that have happened today. We're going to talk about an all-female led aerospace engineering crew. We're going to talk about a pitch that I spent quite a bit of time on to a possible very large partnership. We're going to talk about reinitiating the diamond knot, and networking. So, in fact, Carmela, you want to kick it off with the diamond knot?
Yes and no, because honestly, attached to that conversation is the taxes. So
cool.
The initial idea was that you had to be holding 10,000 honor prior to the termination of the taxes, and then you had to hold them until specified date in order to receive the Diamond Hands NFT. However, with the redeployment of the contract and with the random issues we ran into over the past week or so, I do not foresee, and this is just me talking, I do not foresee us turning the taxes off at this given point in time. So I feel as though it would be beneficial to keep them turned on because, we need funding for the game and for everything else that we promised the community, and it'd be kind of shooting ourselves in the foot to turn them off at this point. So I think we need to set a date for cutoff for the Diamond Hands, and then we can push out beyond that. So, yeah.
Okay. So to get up into the taxes a little bit more, for some of the new people joining us for the first time, we are the type of project that reinvests everything that we earn back into our project. Carmelo, do you want to add to that, or is your mic just on?
Yeah, my bad, man. I'm driving, so I'm trying to multitask. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, heard. Okay. So with that said, with every transaction that comes in and out of Shiba Swap where we're listed, all those tax dollars are going into a wallet, and that is used to pay our marketing team, pay for whatever other services we need to continue to grow and develop. So the play to earn game, advertising, the metaverse, everything. So we are just going to, like I said, we take everything and we dump it right back into the project. Those of us that are invested into Honor you can look at the chart for yourself and you can see that there's not a whole lot of volume on there right now. As of last night, in fact, right about 24 hours ago, we've kicked off our marketing campaign and it's in full swing right now. It's only going to ramp up and get much better from here. Initially, we had talked about keeping the taxes on for only 2 weeks, and we anticipated in that initial 2 week time frame that we would have enough volume accumulated so that way we could have a nice big purse that we could then work with to pay for our play and earn game and pay for our metaverse. Considering we don't have the volume right now, like Carmelo was saying, it would be really doing ourselves an extreme disservice to turn the taxes off right now. So with that said, probably unpopular opinion to leave them on. That just seems to be the direction that we're going to take. So that way we can continue developing as a project. In with that comes the concern of locked wallets and how that works. All of the dev team allocated tokens of Honor are locked. They're locked for 180 days. All of the pre-sale wallets, they're locked for 90 days. Our liquidity, we decided to lock. We did this voluntarily. It wasn't a requirement to de-risk our project, but we want to make sure that all of our investors are at ease and can trust the fact that we are here for the long term. So our liquidity is locked for a year. Our reserve tokens to, let's say, get onto other exchanges and other swaps, those are also locked. Those are locked for 3 months, so 90 days. With that said, we're sticking around for the long haul, and we definitely want and need volume to be able to pay for everything that we have in front of us, everything that's in our roadmap. So, in with the payment of how it works within our organization, all of our wallets that we control, being the marketing wallet and the tax wallet, where all of these funds will go to, they are on a multi-sig Genosis wallet. So what that means is that we have it set up where we need 3 signatures on this wallet to transfer any funds. So this is actually something that I was talking to Caper about. In fact, I was on a phone call with him earlier today for about an hour and 20 minutes. I'll get into that here a little bit later too. And so what this means is that we need 3 signatures from the dev team to move any sort of money around. There's not one person that has a central control over anything that we do. So if we happen to come across somebody that we want to add to our marketing team, if I find them, I need to go to the rest of the dev team and we need to have a thorough discussion if that is the best move for our project. So in terms of a consideration to not rug our project, there's no way that we can, because we have to communicate as a team in order to move funds around. So in with that, I had about an hour and 20-minute long discussion with Caper. Caper's a very new, very recent addition to the DeltaFlare flight crew. He is our 200th G400 holder. He has some friends that are interested in coming in and wanting to learn about the project, and his friends raised concerns about, is it a solid project? Are they people that are trustworthy? And we've designed our project around the fact that, yes, we are. We're very, very much so. We're outrageously transparent, and we want to make sure that we can project that any way that we can. I am, especially when I have availability and I have time, I'm more than open to have an hour-long discussion with anybody from our community. I think that that's a great way to show that this is what we're doing, this is what we're building. And I like to look at things not necessarily in a sense of a hierarchical structure, but more of an egalitarian type structure. So, not one of those, oh, just because I'm a dev, you can't talk to me, or I'm not going to make time for you. And I know that Carmelo's the same way, and I know John's the same way. So we're very approachable. Come and talk to us. I'd love to learn about you, why you're here in this project, what your ambitions are, and where you would like to see the project that you're invested in, where you'd like to see it go. So, and that was the discussion that I had with Caper earlier today. So further in terms of, excuse me, marketing and networking. Last night, in fact, I'm going to back this up even further. We have a member, in fact, who's here in the VC right now, who was a referral from somebody else. And he came in and he bought a Delta Knot. I don't want to butcher your last name, but first name Killer X. Your contact and your referral also gave me a referral to an all-female aerospace engineer team, and they are looking to produce and get into the NFT industry. And we find that right now, especially in this current climate where women-led project teams in the NFT field are really coming up quite a bit, and they're garnering a lot of exposure. They are becoming a pretty known force, that sort of demographic. So in with that, last night I had reached out to that contact and said, hey, you know, we're working on something on a pretty large scale that is going to involve astronauts, and it's going to involve DeltaFlare, and here's our vision for easily the next year, in as much of a concise format as I could. So she came back very, very, very interested in what we have going on. So I'm continuing to cultivate that relationship with her and seeing what we can do to get into her network and her contacts. Her team, like I said, it is a female-led aerospace engineering team. They have a variety of backgrounds outside of just engineering. I'm under the impression, and this is actually where our conversation had ended for the night, I'm under the impression that she may have some contacts in with some astronauts, real astronauts. So we are definitely very interested in furthering that relationship, as you have Deltanauts, you have astronauts, you have, well, I don't know if I can really say that last one. Not yet. Maybe I'll just tease you guys for a little bit. But we're working on a very large partnership right now, which is another thing that I want to talk about. We have made contact with a top 15. In fact, right now it's ranked number 14 on CoinMarketCap. We've made contact with a certain team in the cryptocurrency field that has an interest in DeltaFlare. Our marketing team is also very aware of this partnership. I spent about an hour pitching our entire project and the vision for the next year to somebody that's part of the team who has who can get us in contact with the shot callers of this project. That is really exciting. I pitched the project, what we're doing, where we're going, where I see it going, all the connections that we're making, and I was helping connect the dots. And he got back to me and he said, great, let's set up a meeting either today or tomorrow to hopefully talk to the shot callers. So there's that. If in fact we continue to grow that relationship, which I'm expecting we are going to do, we're going to be adding more to that value of DeltaFlare by adding this this project that is a top 15 project on CoinMarketCap, in with DeltaFlare, in with female-led aerospace engineering team, possible contact with astronauts, and an absolute badass in the marketing field who is on her own moon mission to lead the way in women empowerment in blockchain technology. I gotta say, with connecting all of these dots, I don't see us slowing down anytime soon. This is probably the slowest we're going to be right now, and we're stupid busy. I skipped all of my classes today so that way I can continue to be here and work on this project. So buckle up. If you don't have your seatbelt on, put your damn seatbelt on. It's going to get rowdy. Yeah, that's right, Scott. The extremely unofficial bad cop of DeltaFlare. You already know what's going on. It's wild. It's wild. We're finding that we're going to be able to add some more benefits to our G400 holder crew. How we're doing this, what I'm anticipating is getting this NFT group, this female-led NFT group, out to the San Diego NFT convention to hang out with us, to hang out with DeltaFlare, and hopefully do some sort of meet and greet and continue to network within her aerospace field. If in the event, and this is kind of just projecting a little bit of a plan here, so don't quote me on it. It's just ambition. So far, though, everything that we have made attempts to do, we have been successful in. I would like to see something for a G400 holder to have a meet and greet with an astronaut. I think that that would be super, super cool. And I am going to push for that as hard as I possibly can. So adding more value to the G400s, we'll see. Like I said, I'm going to gun for this. I'm going to gun for this heavily. Let's see. What else are we going to talk about? I'm going to open up the floor for questions. If anybody has any burning questions, go ahead and pitch in while I think about
Josh,
this. Yeah, dude.
While you're contemplating life decisions there, so I just wanted to clear up the fact that in order to qualify for this Diamond Hands NFT, you do not have to lock your tokens. Okay, you just only have to hold them throughout the duration of the time frame that is specified. There is no requirement to actually go to Team Finance or anything like that and lock your tokens. With that said, we do have a benefit that was posted very early on that if you did want to voluntarily lock your tokens, you would be able to get your taxes back at the end of the lock. So I would definitely say go check out the pinned messages in the Telegram and read through that so you understand how that works.
Definitely. In fact, let's find that pinned post in the Telegram and just refresh it in the feed. And let's do that same thing in the Discord, just to bring some additional awareness to it. I think that'd be a great idea. Something else to talk about. I want to talk about an interview or an AMA that's going to be happening this Sunday with the Crypto Empress herself. Crypto Empress, if you're around, do you want to come up and talk about that? If possible, otherwise we can save it for another day while we continue discussing that time in the format. But to my understanding, it's going to be up on YouTube. So we'll see how that goes. We'll continue.
Yeah, so it's this Sunday.
Oh,
Hi,
God,
guys. How's everybody? No,
Hi.
I am here. So I host Boss Girls every Friday at 5 p.m. and Sunday at 10 in the morning. So our main goal is to empower other women and people in the crypto industry. As you guys know, crypto is male dominant. So we want to make sure that we start encouraging a little bit more of the women and making sure that they have a place to go ask questions. And we're always asking for other projects to come in and kind of encourage or give your 2 cents of just talk about your project and how you are, like you were talking earlier about the astronaut females and all that. I think that would be a great idea for you to just kind of talk about that and, you know, kind of talk about the project and your NFTs and all of that. So it's just a place where we kind of do this every week where we encourage everybody, even guys, to come and support us. So I don't know. It's just something that we started like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. There you go. There you have it. Straight from the Crypto Empress herself, the Delta Empress now.
Yes, the Delta Empress.
The Delta Empress. It's got a great ring to it. I love that. So yeah, so that's going to be going on Sunday. I'm going to continue like I had mentioned, cultivating that relationship with the aerospace team, and we're gonna get something going on that. Additional networking. So we've been getting quite a few questions about when we're going to be doing some calls, and I've been reaching out to quite a few people insofar as, quite a few projects. I haven't really eaten much today. Quite a few projects in terms of what have been their best practices. Who have they gone to that have been successful? And we want to do our best to reference everybody that we talk to. So I've been in a discussion with Golem's Gems, who typically does a lot more BSC calls than Ethereum. Their last Ethereum call was a project Chinu, and that was about a week ago. I had jumped into their Telegram, and I wanted to further develop an understanding as to if that would be a good move, because let me tell you, it's expensive to get on Golem's Gems. It's like 9 BNB. So of course, we want to make sure that we're going to see a return on our investment, not only as a project but also for everybody else that is invested into us. Since we've been doing this, he's been sending me a bunch of messages. My phone has been going off quite a bit, and he's sending me messages. The little blips I'm getting is that it doesn't really seem to be worth it, but they're actually partnering with an Italian soccer club. And so once we get finished up here, I'm going to go back and I'm going to talk to the developer of that crypto and the developer of Chinu, one of the dev team members, and I'm going to see if maybe we can, maybe work our way in there as DeltaFlare in terms of, can we get into their network, and maybe is there another professional Italian soccer club or somebody else that we can get in contact with. So networking is happening all the time. We're doing it every single minute of our lives. I know at least I am, Carmelo is, and John, when he's not sleeping, I know that he is too. So we're always moving. We're always shaking. We're always asking questions. So if you happen to have anybody that you want us to talk to, and I keep saying this, send them our way. We will talk to anybody, especially worthwhile, because you never know. You might network with the right person that is that's your ticket. I think that about covers everything for me right now. So again, I want to open the floor. If anybody has a burning question, please feel free to ask it.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, so no, it's not a question; it's more of a statement. So if you guys have any more questions about that program, about the all-female-led astronaut group, I'm more than willing to answer everything that I know about them, because we actually interviewed them like 3 weeks ago, so we know about their program.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I definitely want to talk to you further about that team.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do it in a private chat. I want to keep everybody hanging so that way they come back for episode 5.
Okay, sounds good.
Dude, very cool. I didn't know that you were tied up in another project.
No. It was more of like a podcast for our group. We're not into NFTs or anything like that, but we interview a lot of upcoming NFT projects, like yourself, the space program that they have. We also interviewed a couple of musician NFT projects, so we know a couple of those as well. Yeah, so we did a little bit of we try to dabble in a little bit of everything, you know, try to keep everything relevant.
Okay. Yeah, man. We definitely need to we need to talk further. I think getting into your network a little bit deeper is going to definitely be beneficial for DeltaFlare moving forward. So yeah, man, I look forward to that. Let's set up some time to talk.
No, yeah, for sure.
Also, oh, you know what? That's something I want to talk about. I want to talk about the war room, and I'm going to do that kind of briefly because we're approaching about 30 minutes. And if I don't get any food, I'm going to turn into a monster. The war room. The war room exists on Discord only, and the war room is for trusted advisors. It is something that I'm going to require everybody to interview for, that if they want to join in the war room. And it is a space where I want to have a group of people in a consolidated place that while we are pitching the project to any sort of groups, you know, whether they're investment groups or just spreading awareness about the project, whether we're in a pitching competition like we were just over last weekend, that I have a central place to go to communicate with these trusted advisors to help gear the pitch. If there's something that I don't recognize or pick up on, I'm hoping that my advisors in the war room could say something like, hey, you know what, this is where you need to go. This is the way that you should be directing the pitch following. So I also want to say that I interviewed, part of this hour and a half, damn near hour and a half discussion I had with Caper was part of that. He was interested in getting into the war room. So we had quite a bit of a discussion about his background, what his interests are, where they lie, a bit about his network, a bit about his interests, what he finds valuable in a project, and he's in. So he's now part of the war room, and we're very happy to have him. I got to say that there are of our entire community right now, we've probably I think we're probably at 12 people in the war room. Typically what I've done in the past when it comes to pitching is, you know, right now I have a heap of messages coming up on my phone from Telegram and from Discord. What's happened in the past is while I'm doing these pitches, I'm also going through all of the messages that are on Discord and on Telegram, looking to find the best way to navigate the pitch. So I decided, you know what, I need to have a central point. And that central point, like I said, is the war room on Discord. That's where I want everybody to be, so I don't have to worry about branching out and getting horribly distracted. So with that said, if you are interested in getting into the war room, reach out and let's talk. It is an interview process. It might not take an hour and a half, but I want to get a feel for those that are interested in wanting to be in it. And I find that it's a great way to continue to include people of the community, from our community, that want to participate much more, which is another thing that we get. You know, I've been getting a lot of questions like, how can I do more? How can I participate more? What do you expect from me? We don't expect anything really from our community besides, you know, just not doing what you shouldn't be doing. You know, I feel that's kind of ambiguous, but our values as a project really lie heavily on honesty and transparency, cooperation and teamwork, and so on. It's all listed in our white paper. Those are really our expectations. Everything else that you do outside of that is a massive bonus to DeltaFlare. So with that said, so long as you know, follow the guidelines, don't do what you know you shouldn't be doing, have integrity in your representation of DeltaFlare, and spread the word. I mean, word of mouth marketing is the best. Get your people in here, let them know about us. We'll answer questions. We're very approachable, that whole bit. So with that said, if there are no burning questions, I'm going to close this down and get some food. And if you happen to have any questions later on, you can reach us on Telegram. You can reach us on Discord. My DMs are always open. So feel free to reach out and say something. Carmelo, any last words? Oh, Caper, what's happening, man?
Oh, nothing. My kid was not cooperating there for a little bit. I couldn't really talk, but I think that's one of the things about the war room. I just got into crypto. This is, like I said, I invested in coins for the past year, and I'm going to keep saying that because I don't know who's in and who's out. I just wanted to let them know about me and my journey through this. And if I can learn how to do that, I think anybody can. I'm in a small town in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. It's on the map somewhere. You have to dig for it to find it, but it's just nice to have a community that everybody can just ask a question and do whatever, right? So
yeah, definitely. And some of the background that some of your background that really attracted me into getting you into the war room is your sales capabilities, the fact that you own your own business, that you have people already in your network that are successful. You are pretty young, and you're successful being in your young age. That shows me quite a lot about what you're capable of doing. But even outside of all of that, we're an organization that wants to bring up our community the best that we can. And you and I had this discussion about wanting to we're here for the people. I love having these interactions with people, these real interactions. If all of you're all in my living room. I wish you were here sitting on my couches and having a beer. That would be awesome. I would love that. I want to take that. DeltaFlare as a whole wants to take that to the next level. So I'm very interested. If you have people skills, if you know how to read a room, if you can understand and direct what could possibly be next, and emotionally, on an emotional level, I'm going to want that in the war room as well. So if you can combine your business skills with your people skills, you're the kind of person I want to talk to. And Caper, that's what I got from you.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it, and I'm just happy to be. I'm happy that this is the first project that I decided to join into, because I did look through a lot of other projects where it's just they're no good. Once you see one good one, you can see how many bad ones there actually are, and I'm just glad to be here now.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Carmelo, do you have anything you want to add to this before we wrap it up?
Nah, man, not really. I'm just gonna say that we have an IOU to you guys for the Diamond Hands thing, because we're not really getting to a definite answer of it right now. We need to talk with John as well before we can push out a solid date. So we'll get with John tonight, probably tomorrow morning, and then we'll have an answer probably for the morning update tomorrow.
Cool. All right, y'all. If there are no burning questions, we're going to wrap this up, call it a night. I'm going to get some grub. And like I said, as always, you can reach us in the Telegram. You can reach us in the Discord. Feel free to come and chat. So until tomorrow, peace. See you on the moon.